Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm May and this is my Pugalier Sky, and we create content for fur parents, new, seasoned, and to be. In today's video, I'm going to go through what a Pugalier is and how they differ from other breeds in terms of appearance, personality, bark tendency, energy level, trainability, and grooming and maintenance. So now let's dive right on in. Okay, so the question is often asked, what is a Pugalier? And essentially, the easiest way to answer that is a Pugalier is a mixed breed of dog. They're a cross between a Pug and a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. So hence, you put the two words together and they become a Pugalier. But that doesn't really answer the question of what they are. So let's move right on and I'm going to talk about what they actually look like. What does a Pugalier look like? In terms of size, Pugaliers are considered a small breed of dog, typically weighing anywhere between 6 to 12 kilograms. And full grown, they're about 30 to 35 centimeters tall. Now, if you're curious, Sky is currently 8.7 kilos. You can't see it there. And because they are a smaller sized dog, they will typically have a longer lifespan as well, which is always great. They average between 10 to 15 years of age. Now, in my personal opinion, I think Pugaliers are definitely a small breed of dog, but they are on the larger end of the scale. They're not as small as, say, your Pomeranians and your Chihuahuas or Papillons, but they're definitely smaller than, say, a Corgi, a French Bulldog. And for reference, I guess they're a similar size to a Boston Terrier, but as you may have guessed, they're pretty much the same size as a regular pug. And in terms of their coat, Pugaliers can come in a variety of variations and colors because they are a mixed breed. And you can typically see black, apricot, tan, black and tan, sable, fawn. And to make things even crazier, they can come both in a short hair and also a long hair variation. So in Sky's case, she is a tan short-haired Pugalier. Her mom was a fawn pug, and her dad was a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel in that apricot-y color. So, and with all mixed breeds, they can take on more or less characteristics from one parent or the other. So for Sky, she has quite long, heavy legs, and larger, floppy ears like a Cavalier, and a more squared-off snout. However, she still has the curl tail of a pug, short coat, and a black snout, or fur coloring similar to that of a pug. I'm quite interested to know, so please leave a comment down below if you have a Pugalier, what coat they have, and if you're looking to get a Pugalier, what your ideal coat or fur coloring would be. Alright, moving on to personality. So both the Pug and Cavalier were bred to be companion dogs. So the Pugalier carries a lot of those characteristics and traits. They are super friendly to humans, they're very loyal, and they're really quite good with other dogs, animals, pets. But this also means that they don't make very good watchdogs or guard dogs. And something to note as well, if you are looking to get a Pugalier, you should know in advance that they absolutely love attention. So if you can't commit the time with your Pugalier each and every day, then perhaps they're not the breed for you. But if you can commit the time and you just want a warm fur ball to follow you around the house each and every day and snuggle with you on the couch, then a Pugalier might be the way to go. Okay, let's talk about bark tendency. So I wanted to touch on bark tendency because when I was doing my research, a lot of sites and a lot of people were saying that Pugaliers do have a high tendency to bark. But in all honesty, Sky wasn't that hard to train, or I guess she didn't bark that much. So to give you some context, we live in a fairly dense urban area with many other neighboring houses with a lot of other dogs around us. And some of these breeds include Maltese pups, German Shepherds, and Staffies. Comparatively, our neighbors' dogs would be barking for an hour or more, and Sky would kind of just lie there and not take too much notice or participation in the barking fiasco. However, in saying that, this is just from my personal experience in owning Sky, but I have known two other Pugaliers quite personally. One was a serial barker, and the other one was kind of like Sky, where they didn't bark that much. Unless there was like some genuine cause or reason to bark. So it could also just be an anomaly, or it could be up to your pet or pup. Take it with a grain of salt. But that's my take on barking tendency. I think it can honestly go either way depending on your puppy. Whew. Energy levels. Wowzers. Okay, I will say this from the outset. Sky is very, very, very active. Currently, she is 1 year and 2 months. So she is still a puppy, technically, but she's like a Duracell bunny. If you say the B word, B-A-L-L, yeah, that's it. That's the end. Her energy levels will spike. But weirdly enough, she does have trends and patterns, which is something that I wanted to kind of share with you guys here. For example, in the morning, she'll be very, very active from when she wakes up for about 2 to 3 hours. And then at about mid-morning, she will take a long nap and pretty much sleep all the way until 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., where again, she wakes up and she becomes very, very active. She's needing that W word, wanting to get out. And then when we come back, she is still very active, even though we take her out for an hour or so. But as soon as the clock hits 8 or 9 p.m., the switch flicks and she pretty much turns off and naps and lays around for the rest of the evening. And pretty much from about 8 or 9 all the way until morning, we have no issues with her and her energy levels. But again, this is my experience in owning Sky. It could be different for you, but when I do talk to other or most other Pugalier owners, they have told me that their fur babies are pretty much couch potatoes. They lie around, they don't really do much, they don't even really need that much exercise. So I don't know. We were expecting to have a couch potato. We got Sky. She is a bit of a mix of both. And that's my take on Pugalier energy levels. So, trainability. Pugaliers are fairly smart. They're no poodle or border collie, that's the extreme end of intelligence, but they are definitely capable of learning tricks and commands and can be house trained quite easily. But the key with a Pugalier is to be consistent. They are a bit more of a stubborn breed, that's the pug in them. So you need patience, authority, and consistency. And just a tip, which I found was really, really helpful, is when you say the command, don't repeat it. Wait for them to actually execute on the command and then repeat it. And if they still don't do it, wait for a period of time and say the command once more. Often I see people do this so many times where they repeat the command back to back 4 to 5 times, and the dog or the pup just gets lost in the command. And let me tell you, if you're training your Pugalier and you say the command 4 or 5 times in a row, it's not going to work. But like I said, if you have patience, calm, authority, and consistency, you will have a brilliant dog. For example, watch this. Sky, sit, get up, sit, or down. Okay, ready? Bang! Good job, Papa. Good job. Give this video a thumbs up, guys, if you want to see more videos of how I train Sky and any more dog training tips and tricks that I have up my sleeve. Last category, grooming and what I claim as maintenance. And this deserves its own category because all Pugaliers and all Pugalier owners out there will agree with me that if you're planning to introduce a Pugalier into your family, be prepared for a lot of shedding. A lot. Sky sheds like no tomorrow. She sheds so much that we have to mop, vacuum, and clean consistently to have our floors non-covered with fur. Yeah. We bought a Dyson vacuum cleaner because Sky shed so much. So be prepared for that. If you are looking to get a Pugalier pup, that they will shed a lot. Now let me also talk about the positive side of the shedding. It's not all doom and gloom. There is some positivity because she sheds so much, you actually don't need to groom her all that often. You don't need to take a Pugalier to a professional groomer to get them trimmed or snipped. And also, we just brush her and that takes care of most of the gunk on her fur. All you really need to do to groom and maintain a Pugalier is just shower them so that she doesn't smell, brush them every now and then. And that's pretty much it for maintenance. So pros and cons, pick and choose your battles. Alright, that's it for this video guys. If you liked it, please pull that thumbs up button and also click the subscribe so you can see more fur baby related videos. And don't forget to tap the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next upload. If you have any questions, comments, or you just want to start a conversation, please head on over to our Instagram at @OneSockSky and DM us. Bye for now, but we'll see you in the next one. Boop! Sky just brought me her toy. But she... Sky, come! Get up! Sit! Does, but they're not as